Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys plan to sign Arch Manning and Nick Saban? Frisco, the Dallas Cowboys have identified their head coach of the future in Brian Schottenheimer after a wild yet brief search that followed Mike McCarthy's departure. Schottenheimer seems to have favor among both the front office and the coaching staff, though some outside the star remain speculative because of his lacking resume. This will be Schottenheimer's first head coaching gig, making for a daunting promotion given his background and the baggage that comes with his job. Cam Newton does not believe Schottenheimer has what it takes to last. In fact, Newton appeared on ESPN's First Take to share his ridiculous theory involving Schottenheimer being a placeholder for two big names in the college ranks. "I think they're tanking for Arch," Newton said. "Make it make sense. Coach Schottenheimer has one and done written all over him. You get the first pick of the draft," Newton continued. "Not only that, I'm going to go back into my Godfather bag and say, okay, Jerry Jones is a businessman, and he's going to get into his Don Corleone mentality and he's going to give him a deal he can't refuse." "Who?" "Nick Saban. Go get Nick Saban as your head coach. Go draft Arch Manning as your number one pick." Newton's short-minded hot take misses the mark in several areas, starting with his understanding of how this franchise operates. Jerry and Stephen Jones zeroed in on Schottenheimer because of his familiarity with the Cowboys, among other things. Whether Schottenheimer was the best candidate or not, he is not getting the job just to hand it over next season. Those plans with Schottenheimer do not include intentional losing either, so if Manning only stays at Texas for 1 year, the Cowboys are not sacrificing anything to move into position to select him. 3 Cowboys on thin ice, with Matt Eberflus as defensive coordinator. The Dallas Cowboys will have a new defensive coordinator, calling the shots, in 2025. Former Chicago Bears head coach Matt Eberflus is taking over for Mike Zimmer, who returned to the NFL ranks this past season. Eberflus had a mediocre 3-year tenure as a head coach and is returning to the DC role, which he held for 4 years with the Indianapolis Colts. The former Bears head coach is taking over a disappointing Cowboys defense, plagued by injury. This season, the Cowboys were ranked 28th in yards per offensive play, 5.8, 17th in passing defense, 218.1 yards per game, 29th in rushing defense, 137.1 yards per game, and 31st in scoring defense, 27.5 points per game. Simply put, Dallas defense underperformed under Zimmer and will look to bounce back next year with Eberflus. With Eberflus taking over, a few players could be on thin ice due to their play in 2024 or lack of scheme fit. Below, we'll highlight those players and look back at their performance in 2024. These players might not necessarily get released or traded, but they will be under the microscope heading into next season. 1. Motzie Smith, DT. The former first-round pick has yet to take off after the Cowboys took him with the 26th overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. Smith appeared in all 17 games during his rookie season but only started in 3 and played 28% of defensive snaps. The former University of Michigan defender recorded 13 combined tackles, 3 quarterback hits, 3 tackles for loss, 3 QB pressures, and a sack in Dan Quinn's scheme. With Quinn becoming the head coach in Washington, there was a thought that maybe Smith would be more productive under Zimmer. Smith had slightly better stats this season than as a rookie, posting 41 combined tackles, 4 tackles, 3 quarterback hits, 3 QB pressures, and a sack. However, when you look at Smith's advanced stats, he struggled in Zimmer's scheme despite being a full-time starter. According to PFF, the second-year defensive lineman had a terrible 49.6 pass rush grade, ranked 209th among 219 qualified defensive linemen, and a 35.9 run defense grade, ranked 201st among 219 DLs. Since Smith is not much of a pass rusher, he needs to make his noise in run defense, which he could not do. The Cowboys' defense was one of the worst against the run, allowing 4.8 yards per carry. In 2022, Dallas defense under Quinn only gave up 112.4 rushing yards per game and 4.2 yards per carry. Therefore, it will be Eberflus' job to revamp that run defense, which puts Smith in the spotlight. Heading into his third year, Smith needs to step up and live up to his first-round billing, or Dallas will find a way to replace him. Shedeur Sanders has message for Cowboys ahead of NFL draft. Shedeur Sanders is still awaiting his NFL draft fate, but he may have just dropped a hint about where he thinks he'll end up. Sanders attended the Shrine Bowl on Thursday, which was being played at AT&T Stadium. When asked about the experience, he said he's looking forward to being back on the Dallas Cowboys' home turf very soon. Being in the stadium is definitely fun. I know I'll be playing here very soon against the Cowboys, Sanders said. Many saw that as a clue that Sanders expects to land with the New York Giants, the Cowboys' NFC East rival. He's been linked to the Giants for a while, but New York's late-season win hurt their chances of securing the top pick. The Giants hold the third overall pick, behind the Cleveland Browns and Tennessee Titans, two quarterback-needy teams. The Giants play the Cowboys twice per year. The Browns and Titans will not see the Cowboys next season. Shedeur Sanders might be gone before the Giants pick. Sanders is considered one of the top quarterback prospects in the draft. He and Cam Ward are expected to be the first two passers off the board. There's the potential that both could be gone by the time the Giants are on the clock. However, Sanders connected with the Giants at the Shrine Bowl, and general manager Joe Schoen was impressed. He's a great kid, a really good personality, football smart, his dad is a football coach, Schoen said. It's a little bit cliché, but he checks all the boxes of a player with a dad that is a football coach and the passion that he approaches the game with. He's had a really good career at Colorado and obviously looking forward to getting to knowing all those guys in the rest of the process. Deion Sanders, previously linked to Cowboys. The Cowboys reached out to Deion Sanders during their coaching search, and for a time, he was considered a contender for the job. That sparked speculation about the team potentially making a move for Shedeur Sanders, though, in reality, that scenario was improbable. After hiring Brian Schottenheimer as the team's next head coach, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones downplayed his widely publicized conversation with Deion Sanders regarding the position. Just a conversation about the team, and about where he is, and his boys, conversation with his boys, that type of conversation, Jones said about Sanders. I've said I've talked to a lot of coaches, and Deion has a job. The Cowboys already have a franchise quarterback in Dak Prescott. The three-time Pro Bowler signed a 4-year, $240 million extension prior to last season. Schottenheimer is confident Prescott can lead the team to a Super Bowl. He's gonna play elite-level football, Schottenheimer said. He's gonna lead us to championships. We got the right guy. We're gonna win. We're gonna win a championship. Schottenheimer has served as the Cowboys' offensive coordinator for the last 2 seasons, forming a tight relationship with Prescott. Both parties have said that they have an incredible relationship and seem confident Dallas can turn it around after a 7-10 campaign. And are you a fan? What do you think of the Shedeur Sanders situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.